Hi Abby, happy Friday. Okay, we'll get straight into it. I'm just going to look at your busy at maths first. So we're on about tessellating shapes. Tessellating shapes when shapes fit together without leaving any gaps. So if you're covering a surface, like putting tiles down in your house and you don't want to leave any gaps, you want to cover it all. So you want the shapes to fit into each other. Okay, so regular tessellation is when they fit together on their own. You only have one shape, like squares, and you lie them all out on top rows of them, and there's no gaps because they fit perfectly into each other. Now some shapes don't fit perfectly together, so they need another shape with them to join up so there's no gaps. That's called combined tessellation. Okay, so we're going to just have a quick look at a video here, going through it. So here we have tessellating shapes, but these are not regular, they are combined because you have two types of shapes there to make sure there's no gaps. So you have small dark blue squares, and you also have octagons. These light blue shapes are octagons. If you can see, there's 8 sides, and together they fit in with the squares to make sure there's no gaps. So we used octagons and squares, and that's combined tessellation. Two shapes combined together. That means joined together. That's right. This one here, what do you think this one is? It is regular tessellation because there are only one type of shape, squares, and they fit perfectly together. There is no gap. That's right. And what one do you think this is, regular or combined? It is combined because there's two shapes there. There are squares, big ones and small ones, and there's also these white rectangles. Okay. So you are going to do the rest of those, and you first write what shapes you see in the picture, and then whether it is regular or combined. So the first one is pentagons, and it is combined tessellation, okay, because there's not just one type of pentagon filling up the area, okay. So regular or combined, and then what shapes are being used. Okay, we're now going to go on to our maths challenge. Okay, you can pause me there if you want to do your busy at maths first. I'm going to go straight into test 59. So is 84 a multiple of 5, 7 or 9? So which one divides into 84, or when you're counting up those numbers, which one will you land on 84 with? You know it's not going to be 5. We talked about that. 5, 10, 15, 20. When you're counting up in 5s, you only land on 0s or 5s. So which of those, when you multiply it by something, you get 84. Number 2, how is 12 minutes past midday shown on a 24-hour clock? Okay, on a 24-hour clock, we have the hours come first and then the minutes. Okay, so for midday is noon, and the middle of the day, like lunchtime, that is just 12. Okay, for midday, 12 o'clock. So if it was 12 o'clock, it would be 12:00. But it's not 00. It is 12 minutes past midday. So what do you think will go in here? Okay, so we're going to look at 24-hour clock when I have a Zoom with you. But just so you know, for the middle of the day, you just use 12. And if it's middle of the night, midnight, you're using 00. Okay, but for now, you just need to know about the 12 for this question, and you need to put how many minutes past 12 is it. Okay, number 3. Okay, and number 3, 100th of €100 is €1. So what would 100th of €500 be? So to get this first one, to find 100th of something, Find any fraction of something, you divide by the bottom. So we divided 100 into 100, and that is just 1. Okay, that's how we got €1. So you're just going to do the same for this one. Divide 100 into 500. That will be your answer. How many sides has a pentagon? Go back to your 2D shapes in your Busy at Maths and have a look if you're not sure about that. Number 5, take 7/10 from 2, 7. Okay, 1/10 is 0.1. So 7/10 will be 0.7. Okay, so we just need to take that away from this. Keep your decimal points under your decimal point, 0.7. You can put a 0 in here and take it away. Okay. Or you might just know, look, the tenths come straight after the decimal point, so I just be taking away that 7. We're taking away 7/10. Number 6, this is the net of which 3D shape. So you can see there's how many sides and what shape the sides are. You know straight away it's not a square pyramid because there's no square in that shape, and a square pyramid has a square base. And you have to find out, is it a triangular prism or a tetrahedron? So a triangular prism, I told you the last day, has 2 triangular sides and 3 rectangular sides. And a tetrahedron has 4 triangular faces. Okay, and then the square pyramid has your triangular faces but with a square base. So you can Google those if you're not sure, still not sure. Okay, number 7, a lorry goes 20 kilometers on a litre of diesel. Okay, I always like to draw these things out just to see it clearly in my head. 20 kilometers, 1 litre of diesel. Okay. How many litres is he going to use on a 200-kilometer journey? Okay, so if he uses 1 litre every 20 kilometers he goes, you need to find out how many 20 kilometers he will do in 200 kilometers. Find out how many litres of petrol. So you are dividing 200 by 20. You know, every 120 he does 1 litre. So how many of those in here? Okay, number 8. What is the largest number you can make with the following digits? So you just start with the biggest and work down. So you'd be starting with 6 and then the next biggest, and so on to make the biggest number you can. Number 9, 10% is 10 over what? Okay, well, whenever you see the percentage sign, it means per hundredth. Okay, so you're always talking about out of 100. Okay, and number 10, what is Mom's bill if she gets a burger, 160 for Claire, chips, which are 140 for Trina, and milkshakes, 150 for each girl? So you're just adding up a burger, 160, chips, 140, and 2 milkshakes, okay? Because 1 for each of the girls. So you can either go 150 and 150 and add them all up, or what I would probably do is add up what my 2 milkshakes are first of all, 150 and 150, and then your answer, put it with your burger and chips, okay? So you know 1.5 and 1.5 is 3. So 2 milkshakes would be €3. So I would put that in with the other bill. Okay. Have a lovely weekend, Abby, and good luck with your maths, and I will chat to you on Monday. Bye.